Alright, after buying my first shoot to reset target, the Air Venturi rat, studying the mechanism a little bit, I decided to try making my own. Basically, I got two 4-inch angles here, and I took the top of one and heated it and turned it to 90 degrees. So I have a place to put my paddles. I got two 1/4-inch fender washers that are 1.5 inches in diameter, and sandwiching in between some other washers and another fender washer 1.5 inches, and use a nylon lock nut. The way this works is when you hit the top target, knocks it back. Got this little angle bracket to prevent this from going too low, because it's going to take more energy to knock it up. Or I should say, it's going to take more energy to reset it. Then you hit the bottom target, and it resets it. I added a little bit of weight here with a couple nuts here to make this lower target come back into position. Might have to add a little bit more weight, but seems to be pretty reliable. The only thing I wasn't happy with is these 4-inch angle brackets aren't real heavy duty, so I'm not sure how much foot-pounds energy I can put on them. I'll sort of treat them just like the other ones, which is like 22 foot-pounds, so I'll probably have to put this out pretty far. But you can see here on this top one where I had to cut the leg of it short so it would clear this mechanism. So we'll see how it works. I cut both holes 1.5 inches diameter with the hole saw. It's 1/4-inch angle iron, and it goes through fairly fast, believe it or not. And with the cutting to length of the angle iron, I use the sawzall, and it cuts pretty good too. Here I put a reducer plate, and this is inch hole, so I can change the hole diameters, target diameters up top. So I'm gonna try to take a few shots at it and see how it works. Okay, what I'm gonna take my test shots with is the FX Verminator, and depending on the pellet, it's about 21 to 24 foot-pounds energy. And my target is set out at about 25 yards. So I guess I'll take a couple shots from here and see if we can see if the mechanism's working. The one thing about this zinc, and I don't know, it's zinc covered metal angles. You can see the target, so I'm not going to paint them. I'll see how they hold up. Got my JSB 15 grain and a Delrin single shot load tray. Take the first shot at the orange bolt, see where it's hitting. Appears like it's hitting right on at 25 yards. And the wind is pretty darn stiff. So, let's see. Alright. It hit the target. I don't know if it hit square or not, because it didn't. It moved, but it didn't. Alright, it's hitting the target, but it's not knocking it down. So I have to see what's going on. Alright, I adjusted the helper arm, which is a little corner bracket, and turned it back so it's not as up as high. Alright, that seemed to do the trick. Now let's see if we got enough energy hitting the bottom target to reset it. That seemed to do it. Try another one. Okay, I'm going to move the camera up close to see that mechanism working. Alright, what I adjusted was this little L bracket that I had to hold this up to help it, the lower arm reset it. But it appears like by being up, it rebounded. So, might not need it. I'll go down and take a couple shots. Well, this was my fear. You can see when this is at a right angle and this is a right angle, you can see how this is bending, and the weak spot is right there. And that's all the thickness and strength of the metal. So the mechanism itself, the theory is good. The components or the metal isn't strong enough. So I'm going to have to work on it. Maybe I can get somebody to cut some thicker steel for me to make these levers.